All right, we are back here at KPOO 89.5 FM, San Francisco. My name is Derek Keller, and I have the pleasure right now of introducing my guest for the next half hour or so, however long he can stay. I know you're a busy man. Mr. Gabriel Angelo, better known as Master Blaster G. How are you, Gabriel?
I'm awesome.
Thank you for coming in. I mean, just so I can paint the picture for everybody, if there's a good chance you've already seen Gabriel if you drive or walk around San Francisco. You perform with your trumpet a lot at Union Square, but I saw you on the Embarcadero a few weeks ago. Where else do you play?
Well, I usually play at the Ferry Building.
Okay, the Ferry Building.
Yes.
Okay, and you're out there with your horn, and it's not that you're like any other street performer, because first of all, you're from head to toe, you're very dapper. You're wearing a suit, a top hat, watch. I mean, how do you describe your visual style here, your fashion?
Well, I would say, I mean, since I was just so young, I always just loved, fashion, and it was just like, I was just so interested in it, and I just like continued to just learn and more about it, and that's like, as the years went on, it just kept developing, more and more. Yeah.
I was just gonna say the chair is making a noise there. So you've always been fashion conscious.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And how did that start?
Well, the way that started was when I was, 2 years old, right?
Uh-huh.
My sisters, they would like have their Vogue magazines and they're like, all those different magazines.
Right.
And, I would be like, kind of like, why did they get those magazines? I mean, I want magazines too, right?
You want to look good also.
I know, yeah, like, right? And then, so I was like, I want one of those magazines too. So then my mom got me GQ, exactly.
There you go.
And then it was just like, and I kept looking at it, and just like, it really gave me an eye for detail.
Yeah, you look like Frank Sinatra with a trumpet is what
Thank
you look
you.
like a
Thank
lot
you.
of times. So let everybody know too. I mean, how old are you?
I'm 13.
Wow, 13 years old. You have been on the Ellen Show. I saw an article about you in 7x7 magazine a while ago, Huffington Post. So you did the intro to the X Factor, the popular show on NBC too.
Yeah, so what they did is they took a video of me and then they put me on their little intro that they had in the beginning.
Very cool, because you tap dance as well as perform the trumpet.
Yeah, I play the trumpet and I tap dance at the same time, yes.
And you've been playing for 8 years, is that right? Since you were 6?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I've been playing for 7 years now, but it will be 8 years soon. So
Nice.
It will be 8 years soon.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And one side note, you just performed at the Fox Theater for the one and only Mr. President Barack Obama.
Yeah.
And there's a picture on our Facebook page, too,
Yes,
of
it
it. I
was-
copied your picture.
It was such an honor. It was an awesome moment, yeah. And
Did you get nervous? And how did that go ahead? Tell me the story, how that happened.
Well, I wouldn't say that I was nervous because, the truth is that as long as you do your best, there's nothing to be afraid of.
Good point.
Because that's all you can do is your best. There's nothing else we can do as humans except for our best. And our best is perfect to that extent because our best is the only thing that we can do. But our best can always become better. But yeah, so the way the thing with President Obama happened was Ryan Montoya, which
Okay.
is the president of technology for the Obama campaign, approached me and he told me that they had a special guest that they wanted me to play for.
Wow.
And he was saying that this special guest was going to be at the Fox Theater. And
He wouldn't say the president's name.
No.
That's top secret.
Exactly, it's top secret. And people kept saying, they were like, oh my gosh, Obama's going to be at the Fox Theater. So I was just like, oh my gosh, it must be President Obama that I'm going to be playing for. Right? And then, I showed up there and it turned out, of course, I was playing for Obama. And then, so the way the whole day went out was, first, I played for the whole audience.
Right.
At the Fox Theater, right, in front of the whole audience. And then after that, then they took me underground to where all the people that paid $7,500
Oh, my God.
just to be in the same room and take a picture with the president.
Wow.
Right? and then he took me in front of the whole line, and then he was like, Mr. President, and then Obama was like, wait, is he one of us? He says,
What
yeah,
does that
he's
mean?
one of us. He was like, wait, so this is one of our guys. He says, yeah, this is one of our guys. He was like, wait, so this is Gabriel Angelo, Master Blaster G. He was
Wow.
like, yeah, this is Gabriel Angelo, Master Blaster G. And then I was like, nice to meet you. And he was like, oh, nice to meet you. And, when we were about to take the picture, then I was standing on the right side and he was standing on the left side. So, we were about to take the picture and I was like, no, wait. In the picture, I want to shake your hand. And since I was standing on the right side, I was the one with the upper hand. So then he started laughing and then he was like, okay. And then we took the picture. And then after that, he was like, so why didn't you play for us? I was like, of course. And then I played on Win the Saints, and I finished, and then I gave him my card.
You gave him your card?
Yeah.
Nice. And 'cause you never know. He might call you and ask you to come to the White House.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, who knows? Yeah.
Play with Beyonce or something like that.
Exactly. Like Jay-Z or Beyonce.
Definitely could happen.
It could.
Wow, I hope that
Any day.
happens. And I'll have you play for the audience in San Francisco later in the half hour if you can too. But I wanted to ask you a couple more things. So you just played for the president. I mean, that's some people wait their whole lives and never get to play for the president. So that's pretty impressive.
Thank you. Yeah.
And a lot of people refer to you as the Trumpet Kid in San Francisco. Does that bug you that they call you Kid or
No,
not at all?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. People.
You're very adult-like though.
Thank you. Yeah. People refer to me as, both. Like some say, Gabriel Angelo, Master Blaster G, and then say the Trumpet Kid. Yeah.
Where did the name Master Blaster G come from?
Well, the way that happened was
The Stevie Wonder song?
No, not at all. No,
Okay.
No. So the way that I got that name was when I was making my name on Facebook. I just put Gabriel Angelo, but there were too many Gabriel Angelos.
I'm sure there's a couple.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So for people, it was super hard to find me, right? Because there were so many. So then what I did is I put Master Blaster because I thought about how like I blast, right, the trumpet.
Right.
So I just like came up with master at what I do.
You are a master, yeah.
Thank you.
And then
Thank you.
G.
And then blaster, right, my trumpet,
Got it.
and then G, right, for my name.
And
so
that's also-
Gabriel Angelo, Master Blaster G, and then people just started like announcing that as my name, like when I would go to like events, like when I went to the LinkedIn conference in Las Vegas.
You played there?
Yeah, I
Wow.
played there, and then I spoke there as well. Yeah.
And also Master Blaster G, at Master Blaster G is your Twitter handle too. So
Exactly.
people can follow you on Twitter. And one of the cool things about your Twitter account and also your Facebook account too, you're talking about how many hours you've been practicing in the streets of San Francisco. And how many hours are you up to right now? Because your goal is 10,000 hours.
Yes.
That's an incredibly long time.
It is 7,506.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're about 3/4 of the way there.
Almost there.
And you've
yeah.
been doing it for 4 years, you said, or 5 years in the streets?
I've been playing now for 4 years.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. So within hopefully a year or two, you'll have finished that.
Yes.
Right.
Most definitely.
And you find playing in front of a live audience that's constantly, stopping and walking, and that's the best way to practice.
Yeah, I would say that that's the best way to practice because, you get two things done at once, And it's really, it's really getting to know the audience, being able to communicate with the audience, because, I would say a good example of that is Louis Armstrong. He was not just a trumpet player, but he was an entertainer.
Right.
Which is what I am. I'm an entertainer. That's what I do. I'm an entertainer. I'm not a trumpet player. I'm an entertainer. But I can also be a trumpet player.
Right. You prefer that title.
But I
entertainer.
am an entertainer.
You are an entertainer.
I am an entertainer.
And speaking of Louis Armstrong, actually, I have a quick Louis song that I'm going to play right here. And then when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more, and then you can play the trumpet for us, which I'll save that for the end because that'll be the best part.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Gabriel. And thank you all, KPOO listeners out there. We appreciate you listening. This here is Louis Armstrong.
KPOO San Francisco is a listener-supported radio station and a nonprofit 501c3 organization. KPOO not only plays the best music around, and music you wouldn't normally hear, it also caters to the needs of populations traditionally underrepresented in mainstream media. Please send a donation to KPOO at P.O. Box 156650, San Francisco 94115. Or you can do a donation by way of PayPal. Just go to kpoo.com and click on donations. Help keep your listener-supported radio station on the air. Please send a donation to KPOO, P.O. Box 156650, San Francisco, California 94115. And of course, remember, all donations are tax deductible, so please keep your community-based radio station on the air. And thank you very much.
That's right. Please keep your community station on the air. I am joined by Gabriel Angelo, Master Blaster G, famous trumpeter of San Francisco. I mean, you're one of the most famous trumpeters of San Francisco. How's that feel?
It's awesome. It's awesome.
This is one of the most famous entertainers, I should say.
Oh, thank you.
Because I mean, this is an entertainment city, and you're doing your thing, and it's very fun to watch you. And you're so young. That's part of it too. It's that you're young, but you also have very adult-like personality and entertainment. So how many people? I mean, how important is it to you that your style is also part of your entertainment package? Do you know what I mean?
It's equally important to me.
Equally
important, yeah. It's the whole package is what the whole. That's what makes it a whole.
Right.
Otherwise, it's not there.
So I just played a Louis Armstrong song. Louis was one of your influences. Who else though?
I would say Fred Astaire.
Okay, yeah, I was
Fred
gonna say I
Astaire.
don't just mean music. I mean fashion, acting.
Yeah. So yeah, like Fred Astaire, and yes, I mean that's like my main.
Mm-hmm.
That's my main guy that I started playing. I mean, that's my main guy that I studied from to start tap dancing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what about the horn? What besides Louis Armstrong?
I would say like Arturo Sandoval
Okay.
and Miles Davis.
All right.
Yeah, and a few other people, but like those are the main people I would say.
And as far as studying goes, you study at the Candle Academy for Excellence in Oakland, and you've been there for a long time. You've been there your whole life as far as academically, and you'll go there till you're 18. And then do you have education plans after that?
Yes, I do.
What are they?
Well, I'm going to be like probably graduating from possibly Yale, Harvard, different options.
Okay. Keeping
I'll
options
update
open.
you on Facebook.
Please do. Hopefully you'll be able to come back and forth on this show too.
Of course.
So Yale or Harvard and more music there, obviously.
Yes.
That's what you were studying.
Yes.
And then after that, you said you wanted to potentially act?
What are my goals? Yeah. So the question is, what are my goals in life?
Right.
Of course. So like, a professional entertainer, an actor, a model, a hedge fund investor, a fashion designer, and a few other things.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have a lot of time to do all that, and I think
Yeah.
you definitely could accomplish those goals.
Well, it's always important to live your life to the fullest
That's
because life is too short to regret it.
right. Where did you learn all these, do you have some mentors in mind that have helped you along the way?
Well, I would say most of it is experience.
Uh-huh.
And also, like even my mother, she whatever I do, she supports me
Yes.
to the best of her ability in whatever I do. And it's like I would also say that one of my main people that, one of my main mentors I would say is Tony Robbins,
Okay.
which I got to perform with at Dreamforce with Mark
Wow.
Benioff and Tony Robbins, and that was super fun. It was an honor. It was super.
That was
fun.
at the Moscone Center.
That was at the Moscone Center.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was just this year, right?
Yeah, that was
Okay.
this year. And then last night was when I performed for Willie Brown's birthday party.
Oh, I saw that on Facebook.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then MC Hammer was there.
Yeah, MC Hammer.
And since Mark Benioff, he introduced me on Twitter to
Right.
MC Hammer. So, but then this was the first time I met him in person. He was like, what's up?
Very nice guy, huh?
He's super awesome.
He used to stop by here a lot, I think.
Oh,
There's
he
a lot
did,
of
huh?
pictures, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so let's talk about this too. You're as a career, you've just kind of got the business thing going. Melody riffs and Davey Elliott, is that right? Dave Elliott? Damian Elliott, I'm sorry. Damon Elliott. Apologies.
Yes. Damon Elliott, yes.
Okay.
Yes, he's Dionne Warwick's son.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and he produced Pink, Keisha Cole. He actually discovered Keisha Cole,
Okay.
and he produced some of Beyonce's songs.
Wow.
And many more. And I met him in August of last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I met him in August on Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills.
Oh, wow.
And that was when I played for Justin Bieber.
You played for Justin Bieber?
Yeah. And then him and his girlriend,
Selena Gomez.
Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez gave me a standing ovation at the end, and then I got to be in People magazine.
Wow.
And that was when I that was the same time that I met him, and he was there, to support me and everything, and that was with Brenna Whitaker, which is this awesome retro singer, and I met her because she was playing for the Giants.
Oh, okay.
And I played for the Giants on the opening day, so she was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm going to be playing for the Giants, and you play for the Giants. That's so cool." So then she invited me to play with her at Yoshi's. So first it was Yoshi's, and then after that, then she invited me to play with her at the W in West Hollywood.
Okay.
And then, just like I said, Justin Bieber was there. And then that was the same time I met Damon Elliott. And now I'm signed with Damon Elliott. Yeah.
Wow. So big things are going to be happening very soon.
Yes. And and Damon Elliott is Whitney Houston's cousin. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Where are some of your favorite places to play in San Francisco? And I mean anywhere, Union Square, Yoshi's. Where do you find the best audience?
I would say I would say a really nice audience is at the Ferry Building.
Ferry Building.
At the Ferry Building.
Yeah, because that's where a lot of people come in from all over the world to walk around, and that's very cool. That's where I just saw you a few weeks ago too.
Yeah, it's a very nice place that it's a very big attraction.
It is indeed. I want to know too. What do you do for fun? I mean, obviously you play trumpet, all the time. Do you just kick back and act like a 13-year-old kid ever and play video games and eat Cheetos?
No, I'm vegan.
No,
I don't eat Cheetos.
You're vegan?
I'm vegan, yeah.
I didn't know that. I've been vegan now and then, too. I'm
That's awesome.
pretty vegetarian, but
Okay,
that's
cool.
very cool. What led you into that?
So what led me to that was much research.
Right, same here.
Much research.
Yeah.
And, I just realized that, to live your life to the fullest, you have to keep a good, healthy diet.
Very important.
You know what I mean? Because, if you even think about it, sometimes it can even ruin businesses if that person doesn't even feel good. If you really
absolutely.
think about it, you know what I mean? I mean, what if this guy was, just made a bad decision because he was feeling really bad? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because food affects the chemicals in your body.
Oh.
And it's always important to keep a good diet so you can keep a good state of mind.
Wow. So what is what did you have for lunch tomorrow or yesterday?
Yesterday
I'm just curious because I'm also vegan, but sometimes it gets tricky. I just had a salmon and cream cheese bagel a couple minutes ago, which isn't vegan at all.
Okay, well, this morning I had Herbivore.
Herbivore,
Which is this
the restaurant.
awesome restaurant.
Okay.
It's the one that I went to this morning was in Berkeley.
Okay, there's one down the street too.
Oh yeah, and then there's also one here.
Divisadero.
Yeah, and and also in here, Divisadero.
Mm-hmm.
And amazing food because it's they have everything that people would eat that aren't vegan, but it's vegan though
Yeah.
for vegans that it's a bunch of classic American food that's healthy,
Right.
so there was this tofu scramble instead of scrambled eggs,
right.
And then this awesome soy milkshake.
That sounds good.
Yeah, and then potatoes and French toast that was not fried.
Nice. Very
Yes.
cool. That's cool. And also, I bet your school is very helpful with that too, right? Do they cook you up pretty good food? Because you don't have to go to a normal public school, which not the best food in the world at one of those.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, they're pretty good about that. Yes.
Okay, so that answered part of my question. But also, what do you think about today's current state of music? Do you listen to pop at all? Do you listen to hip hop? Are there any artists that kind of grab you? I mean, I think you mentioned Beyonce earlier and Jay-Z.
Well, I do listen
Just
to,
as a fan.
to that stuff occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
But mostly like 40s and 30s and stuff like that. that's like my main stuff. But the truth is that all this is it's an evolution of music. See what I'm saying? The amount of how good a person can get is infinity.
Mm-hmm.
We never stop getting good. Because of the fact that we can never be perfect.
Right.
So we just keep getting better and better and better. And, there's always going to be somebody that's saying, well, I don't like this music. Well, it's because they can't adjust, though. Like people, that were in the 40s when that was playing, that was new for people that only like stuff like Bach and stuff like that, and they're
okay.
like, I don't like this
Good analogy.
Right. Jazz, like,
too
what
fast.
is that? What is this?
It's too loud.
Exactly. But it's just an evolution, we just keep getting better and better and better,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what this whole, all this new music, it's great. Some of the stuff that they say in it might not be, that good, but
Right.
there are many artists out there that
Right.
have pretty good stuff.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So let's speaking of good music, I wanted to play this for you because this is one of my friends. He's a trumpeter and he composes all this music and he gets really great people to sing on it. This is Marcus Cohen and his band The Congress, and I had him on the show a couple of times. He was just playing at the Great American Music Hall. So I want to hear what you think about it, and when we come back, you will play a little bit of your own music, okay?
Awesome.
All right. Gabriel Angelo is here, Master Blaster G. We'll be right back. Thank you for listening to KPOO.
Hey, beautiful stranger, why does it feel like this? We haven't touched or kissed at all, but I need to know you now. Hey, beautiful stranger, I don't even know your name. Chemistry's driving me insane, and I need to know you now. Said I need to know you now. Hey, beautiful stranger, when can we meet again? Chemistry's driving me insane. I need to know you now. Hey, beautiful stranger, don't see a ring on your finger. You tell me where, and I'll meet you there. I need to know you now. Said I need to know you now. Hey, beautiful stranger, when can we meet again? Oh, hey, beautiful stranger, when can I see you again? Tell me where, and tell me when. It really doesn't matter, 'cause I wanna get to know you, 'cause I need to know you now. Oh, I need to know you now. Hey, beautiful stranger, when can we meet again? Chemistry's driving me insane, 'cause I need to know you now. But I need to know you now. again. In the streets driving me insane, and I need to know you now. Said I need to know you now. Oh, I need to know you now, beautiful stranger. Tell me your name, baby. I'm pretty sure I will need to love you. Pretty sure I will need to adore you. Where you going, beautiful stranger? Take me with you. I need to know you. I got to know you now, baby. Say I need to know you. I need to know you. I need to know you now. Oh Lord, I wanna love you, baby. Yes, I do. Stranger, I need to know you now. I need to know you now. Don't miss your water till the well runs dry.
You never miss your water till the well runs dry. This is Brother Charles, also known as God Brother, asking for your undivided attention as I address a matter very, very close to our collective heart. As all of us computer illiterate dependers on the radio broadcast, we tuned in to 89.5 FM on our radio dials and not a sound issued forth. The sad state of affairs was temporary. We cannot nor should we take KPOO broadcasts for granted. This lesson, a blessing in disguise, reminds us of the proverb that you never miss your water till the well runs dry. So now, right now, let us all get really busy to assure that our KPOO well never ever runs dry permanently. Let us individually and collectively make it our first job to see to it that this unthinkable eventuality never, not ever, comes to pass. This has been your God Brother, and I thank you one and all for so kindly lending me your ear.
All right, that is correct. We need your donations, and if you can, we're always appreciative of them. KPOO.com/donations if you, in fact, would like to donate to this show or to this program. And as I said earlier, Gabriel Angelo, Master Blaster G, is here, and he is now ready to do a performance in which he will be tap dancing as well as playing one of my all-time favorite jazz tunes, Fly Me to the Moon. Gabriel, take it away. Very nice. Thank you, Gabriel. Very well done. Photographs from all over the station. Everybody loves that song, and you did a great job. Thank you for performing. And let me get the mic here. I'll get you back on the mic. All right, go ahead and sit down if you're ready. So again, Gabriel is only 13 years old, and he just played on the trumpet and tap dance simultaneously. It sounded great. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
And tell some people where they can find more about you, your website, Twitter, Facebook.
Yes, you can find me on Facebook at Gabriel Angelo Master Blaster G, and you can find me on Twitter at Master Blaster G.
All right. I feel very honored that you just recently played for President Obama, and now you're in here playing for the great citizens of San Francisco and all the people listening to KPOO.
Well, it was an honor.
I'd love for
Thank
you to
you.
come back. And again, you guys can always see him out there in Embarcadero. Now, do you have a set schedule, or you always just
It
whenever?
always depends, but usually on Saturdays. Yeah.
On Saturdays, okay.
Saturdays and Sundays.
Right, when you're not in school.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming in. And I'm going to go to another Louis Armstrong song since you're such a big fan.
And I also wanted to say thank you to the San Francisco community for all your support.
You're very welcome on behalf of the San Francisco community. All right. Louis Armstrong here, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you again to Gabriel Angelo, Master Blaster G, and his mother, too, for taking him here. So thank you guys for listening, and stay tuned.